Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing off my current Tomy Trackmaster layout set up right here in my basement. It's got a lot of action packed into a fairly small area. Uh, it used up almost all my tracks, so it's pretty big, but there's a lot. It's very compact, as you can see too. There's a lot of density to it. It's pretty cool. I have lots of loops, and when all the trains are running, it looks really cool. So I'm just going to be doing today an overview of it. I'm going to show you all the different loops, all the different things you can do with it, and then I'm going to run some trains at the end. Hope you enjoy. I'll start from the inside and work my way out. First of all, there's Thomas's loop. It's very short. It's the shortest one. It's just like, I'll get it closer. Okay, so it starts where Thomas is. It goes around, it goes up, and it goes back down, and it's done. That's very short and simple and self-explanatory. So the next loop out is Arthur's loop. It does a little bit more excitingness. So if we start where Arthur is and we just trace the loop with our, and it goes through, it switches off right here, and then it goes through Brendam Docks, and then it takes a left, goes over this little crossing. Yeah, there's another switch that doesn't do anything. Goes straight, and then boom, we're back to where Arthur is. So that's like the second loop. It's a little bit bigger, as you can see, but it's still like isn't that much. So now the next loop out is Ducks, and this one's pretty cool. It does some more exciting action. It's still not the greatest thing, but anyways, start where Duck is. We go up the hill. We go, and now, so you can see, we're up here, but now we start slowly descending downwards. We go under that bridge there, which is interesting. And then we go straight through both of these points, and we go through Brendam Docks, the second track of Brendam Docks. We go up a hill, over a bridge, and then immediately back down the hill, and we eventually end up right back where we started with Duck. Okay, so that's the third loop. That one has a little bit more action than the first two. Pretty cool. And it only gets better from here. So the fourth loop is James's loop, and this one really is where things start doing stuff. It's not just a simple loop. So here's where we're starting with James. We're going to go straight, and then we're going to go, if you follow the points, this is the way it's going to go. So take a left, and then go this way, go under the road, go through the airport, go through that station, which I don't remember the name of. I don't know. That's a station that exists. And then we're going to go back through here. We're going to go gradually uphill, and then we're going to hang a left. And if you remember that, the bridge right there that James is going to go over is actually the bridge that Duck's line went over, went underneath, So they cross over, and then it's going to go back downhill. It's going to cross over again with Duck's line underneath and go through a little tunnel and go through to the right at this switch, and then bam, we're back to where we started. So that one's got a lot of cool action to it. A couple destinations along the way, pretty cool. Also, if I wanted to, I could also flip this switch right here to straight, and then James's line could just have a bit of a variation to it, and it can go straight through this, what I like to call the goods yard, because this section, this like 3-spurred track thing looks like a goods yard to me. It looks like the yard from Toad Stands By, where they rip Scruffy apart, so that's what I'm gonna. But since James is pulling passenger cars, I feel like it'd be more appropriate for him to, go to the station instead of the goods yard. So that's why I have this switch set that way. And then the fifth big loop is the one that Henry's on. Once again, it stops at a station. This is like a big, almost like a Knapford for me, this section that I'm zoomed in on right now. It's got multiple station platforms. I don't know. I tried to put all my stations in the same spot and have it be a big, the big station of my layout. I don't know if it kind of looks cool, I think. Anyways, so Henry, he's gonna depart. He's gonna go straight under the bridge, through that station, over a big bridge, curl down, do some nonsense stuff over here where you can tell I just had a lot of curves and I wanted to use up some curves. So I just this was unnecessary. I could have just gone straight across from here to here, but I didn't because I just needed to use up some curves. So I was like, yeah, let's just do that for no reason. And then it's at that Y switch, it's gonna take a right, and then this switch doesn't matter, you can go either direction at it, but I just have it set to left, and then we go boom underneath this Big Thomas, which is pretty neat. Yep, that. And then we're just gonna come, and we're pretty much back to where we started with Henry. So that's the 5th loop, and that one has a lot of variations, which I can show you later. And this last loop I don't really count because it's not, like all the other loops I've shown you are connected to each other by switches. This one is completely independent. It is not touching the rest of the layout unless you count the Thomas tunnel accessory. So, and also it's elevated, and also it's remote from the rest of these things. So I was like, you know what, this can be a narrow gauge line because it's just not connected to the rest, and it's in the air, and that's what the narrow gauge railway is like in the show. So I was like, yeah, that works, we'll do that. So that's why I have my good old Freddy up there pulling one single car slate thing. I like to imagine it as a slate car, even though I don't think that's what it actually is. Anyways, that's that. And as you can tell, this is the last thing I put on the layout, and it almost entirely consists of curves because at this point in the building process, I had used up nearly all of my straights, and I had about 1 billion curves left, so I just did this. I think it's appropriate though, because if you remember the new series, or after season 5, the narrow gauge kind of turned into a curvy mess. Specifically, the episode Rheneas and the Roller Coaster has a lot of sharp bends and nonsense that kind of looks like this. So I think it's pretty appropriate that this is what the narrow gauge section of the layout looks like. Okay, I'm gonna cut this, and then I'm gonna turn the trains on and let you see. And the way the switches are set, they should all be allowed to run and not collide with each other, because there are 5, as I showed you, all of the loops are, completely independent of each other if the switches are set right. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me or not. It's pretty loud down here with all these engines running. Also, some of my batteries are going dead, so Thomas is really just struggling to get up that hill there. Pretty much all the engines struggle to get up hills because the batteries are really not at full power. But as you can see, we got Freddy over there doing his own thing. But on the main line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 engines moving, and they are, Thomas is sort of moving. But, yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. There's a lot of action going on. Thomas is really struggling, isn't he? Okay, well, I'm sure he'll get there eventually. Maybe not. Maybe I should give him a helping hand. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna stop him at parkour because this is embarrassing. He can't go up hills. Okay. There you go. Yeah. But anyways, if my batteries were working, as you can see, there'd be a lot of engines traveling at the same time, and that's pretty cool. One thing I should probably have shown off earlier, which I didn't do, is this thing. If I can flip a switch, Henry can go on this little extension I have over here that takes him past this one set. This set, I don't know what it's called. It's supposed to have Terrence the Tractor, but I don't have him out right now. And it also goes by this really ghetto-looking Tidmouth Sheds, which is not at all impressive. It looks pretty terrible, actually. This is not even Tidmouth Sheds. Let's see if Henry ever makes his way around here. We'll get to see a little, yeah, we'll get to see this little loop, which doesn't really add anything of interest. But yeah, here it is. Whee! You probably shouldn't be coming this way with coaches, but we'll let it slide. And yoink! And that about wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna try to get you like a nice angle where you can see like the whole thing, or at least most of it, because there's a lot going on. I don't know where the best place to be would be for this, but like there you go. Like you can see a lot of it. I can do a little pan, like boop, boop, boop. Here we go. Like it's just pretty impressive. Yeah, maybe if I go from over here, you can see more of it. I don't really know. But yeah, there's a lot going on, and I mean, it's not a small space by any means. This is large. It spans my basement floor quite a lot. But yeah, I could have made it a lot longer with a lot less densely packed action, but that's not what I wanted to do. I kind of wanted to squeeze a lot in to a specific area, so that's what I did here. But yeah, just let me know what you think of the layout. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Peace.